Hola mis amigos and possible amigas, my name is Taffrey16. Welcome back to another reaction video. Today we're going to be looking at Have I Got News For You, which is a British television panel show produced by Hat Trick Productions for the BBC. Hat Trick, of course, also the other people who helped produce Father Ted, which I reacted to again recently. Show started in 1990, is still going to this day, so it's been going for 30 years. It's been going a long time. This is actually a Channel Points request from Rob. I think he requested it before I was even interested in looking at it, but I'm more interested recently because of something I looked at recently. So recently I did, I think, my 7th reaction to Would I Lie to You, and that was a bit different because we looked at the first ever episode. And in the first 2 series of Would I Lie to You, the show was not hosted by Rob Brydon, but by Angus Deayton, who was the original host of this show. He hosted this for 12 years, from 1990 to 2002. However, in 2002, it came out that he had a fondness for cocaine and prostitutes. So that's what he was into. He was not fired immediately. I think he got fired later in the year after more allegations came out. But the episode we're looking at today is the first episode after the allegations came out. So that ought to be interesting. Apparently they just rip into him the whole episode. So I'm very interested in seeing it. I should be able to get this on YouTube. This is apparently owned by Lil Dot Studios, who are cool with me putting stuff on YouTube. This is originally being recorded to go up on the 14th. If it doesn't, then the copyright claim was slow at being removed. Also, this show, just after Deayton was removed, there's been guest presenters since 2002, and the show just entered its 60th season. 60th season. The most recent episode was on the 3rd. Actually, what is their... Or unless, depending on when this is being uploaded, actually, when is their next scheduled? Okay, now the next scheduled one is the 16th. So, and their currently 60th series is scheduled to run until December 11th. Jesus Christ, that's a long time. But, anyway, again, this is the first episode after the allegations against Angus came out, so let's take a look at it. By the way, I'm sure most of you noticed, but once the guest host era started, one of the guest hosts, I don't know what year, was actually current UK Prime Minister Boris Johnson. And I'm really tempted to look at an episode that he did purely to see the political shitstorm in the comment section. Purely for that. Purely for the shitstorm. So I might, if this does well. And if I do, stay away from that comment section. Just stay away from it, man.
Good evening and welcome to Have I Got News For You, where this week's loser is presenting it.
Thank God I know the
pot,
context
kettle and
this.
smug git in for a long overdue kicking spring to mind. Elsewhere in the news this week, training in the heat of South Korea, England players question the wisdom of their sponsorship deal with Baco Foil.
They look like goddamn space aliens. I love it.
As the boom in cut-price flights continues, one operator shows off its cheapest seat yet. And in Kettering, there are signs that a batch of talcum powder may have been contaminated with concrete mix.
Oh! Most talented goddamn baby I've ever seen.
On Ian Hislop's team, a comedian whose TV series Are You Dave Gorman tells of his worldwide search to find other Dave Gormans who share his name by going up to people and asking, "Are you Dave Gorman?" Please welcome...
Dave Gorman?
Dave Gorman.
I think I actually have a Dave Gorman show on my request list. Is Google Whack Adventure? Something like that?
And with Paul Merton tonight, a former Member of Parliament whose early ambition was to work in a reptile house, so ambition achieved tonight then, Ken Livingstone.
That guy looks pissed in the fucking
And so for the reassuring comfort of starting with round 1, Ian and Dave.
Prime Minister with Tony Blair. Lord Levy, fundraiser.
That's the Beckhams having a new extension built.
Oh, that's a man having his chips. Trying to join the Labour Party, probably. That's Ken. I think this is a thing about party funding.
This has been one story of the week, isn't it? But the one I'm really interested in, Angus, is...
I don't know if we had that kind of time, but...
You and this prostitute. How did you manage to get off paying her?
She didn't tell me that she's a prostitute.
She didn't tell you?
But you must have paid her for the article. I mean, I don't want to dwell on this, but...
Oh, holy shit.
He made me groan all night.
Oh.
Yeah, what are you doing? Reading the autocue? Angus was the best lover I've ever had, and you didn't pay her? This is just unbelievable. We could have kept going till breakfast. What are you doing? Talking about football?
I suppose you didn't know where to put your face, really, once you'd heard the story. Or did you just take it on the chin?
I respect him for taking it like a man.
There was an awful lot of detail, wasn't there?
Yes, yes. Remind me about some of it.
Oh my god.
There is, by the way, no need to adjust your set. My face is this red.
He always found the time to talk, even when he was in the studio filming his show. Want to make any calls?
I think that's the most libelous bit of the lot, I think.
Yeah.
Oh, hang on. That's him.
I wondered if she was wired. She was wired?
I don't think she was the only one that was wired.
Is there an agency called Slappers R Us? You just sort of
I think there's
ring
quite a
them
few,
up.
yeah. Is that it, or do you want to... Because obviously there was another question that I was
There's a
asking
world
about.
war breaking out in India.
So the ethics committee that you were talking about, who's on it?
That was Lord Levy
Right.
and Margaret Jay used to run the House of Lords, and they're going to check that all donations are above board to the Labour Party.
Right.
Are you convinced that this will clean up the Labour Party, then, this committee?
No.
You did describe yourself as a model of new Labour conformity.
Really? Oh, what was I on at the time?
Angus can sort you out.
Yeah.
Oh man, there's only 5 minutes in.
Because there's no way you've spent it in the last week.
Didn't bring it with me, unfortunately. Sorry.
It's a lovely image, that, isn't it?
Yes. Well, why... Shall I quit while I'm down?
Maybe.
This
They
is
might have inspired
Labour's
you.
new ethics committee. It isn't really. We're talking about a completely different story, but it was Labour's new ethics committee which will vet all donations over £5,000 to the party. One of Labour's most controversial donors was porn baron Richard Desmond. The Times recently printed a full list of Mr Desmond's publications, which include Big Girls, Mega Boobs, Big Runs International and The Very Best of Whoppers, which is also published under the title Stephen Byers' Autobiography.
Oh, it could be a list that you have for room service.
You set yourself up for that one.
Paul and Ken, what's up?
What?
Oh, this is the magician David Blaine.
Oh, David
this is
Blaine.
him in New York, isn't it? He stood on top of a pillar.
David Blaine.
Without moving. And then at the end of it, even with cardboard boxes underneath, that's a hell of a way to drop.
What did he do about his natural bodily functions up there for 48
Well,
hours?
oddly enough, I was going to ask you that very same question. You did see the answer in the footage.
Because they have
Oh,
taped a
he
bottle
had
to
a
him?
tube.
He did.
Oh,
It
It
tube.
went right up
Okay,
his
got it.
trouser leg.
Did the people underneath
Oh,
know
God.
he had a tube?
What on for
I
is
think
that?
it went into a little bag.
Really?
Oh, like a caster. Cafters are painful.
He did it in emulation of St Simon Stylites, didn't he?
I've had a cafter once. It's
One
not
of the
fun.
early church fathers who stood on a pillar for years.
You'd have terrible cramp, wouldn't you?
Yeah, he used to do it on one leg for bits of it.
Have you ever done it on one leg for bits?
No. And what's his next trick? You should know about this, Ken.
He's going to eat a newt. How am I supposed to know what he's doing?
No, he's going to jump from a helicopter into the Thames.
Do you need your permission to do that?
I have no powers at all. I mean,
Yes, it is the daredevil magician David Blaine, whose latest stunt was to stand on top of an 80-foot pole for 35 hours. British
Why?
viewers may remember Blaine's appearance with Eamon Holmes on GMTV, where he stared at him without speaking. Eamon later revealed, "I was worried he'd put a curse on me." He may well have done, as Eamon is still on GMTV. Ian and Dave, your incredible journey.
A lot of people playing I Spy.
That's John Burt.
That's where there's going to be another motorway next to the motorway.
Yep, this is Bert's idea.
Yes.
He's been employed by the government to do blue sky thinking, to really think things through. So he's come up with an idea that we'll have motorways in duplicate, right next to each other.
Yes, I haven't actually quite worked out how to collect the tolls.
All you have to do, if you're really desperate for the money, you just put a toll booth down like it's all over America. I can't see why it's a problem. We're not doing that in London because, I mean, people mostly knock them over.
Yeah, that's true. We have toll. There's certain
But then
toll roads.
we're only charging people who don't vote for me anyhow, so it's no problem.
Does this have something to do with your hatred for cars, though?
I hate your cars. I'm in a car most days. I mean, jumping
Yes.
out of cabs.
So it seems kind of strange that in 1989 you said, I hate cars. If I ever get any powers again, I'd ban the lot.
That stuff just gets made up.
Right.
Stuff you read
I
in the
never
papers,
believe what I
Angus.
read in the newspapers.
Right, no, I believe you.
In 1980,
And didn't you spend £6,000 on taxis in the last year?
No, I spent £2,000 on taxis.
And you spent £103 on a taxi for Helen Mirren.
Well, that was just a mistake. No one.
Do you know
told
what a mistake is, man? Have you heard of that?
I'm going to give worse uses of public money, really.
Me too.
Give me time.
This is Lord Bert's proposed system of new toll roads. The scheme in...
Keep going.
All right. The scheme involves drivers being charged a fee for using motorways with
It
the
says here that you played gangster rap on the stereo. What's gangster rap? How does
no
that go?
idea, Ian. What's gangster rap?
Do you know, that was one of the few terms in the article I didn't understand.
Dave, you're young. What's gangster rap?
I haven't got the faintest idea.
We haven't got the faintest idea.
Really?
But I didn't put it on my stereo, and you did.
It's rap from the 90s.
Oh, well, there we are.
Like gangsters.
The scheme
Just
involves...
because it's gone down there, I don't think it's
Yeah,
going to work.
no. Looking forward to its re-emergence. The scheme involves
Yeah, I
drivers
guess.
being
Snoop
charged
Dogg
a fee
and
for
his
using
gangster
motorways, with the exception of the M25, where it'll be pay and display.
Really? You didn't do the pay bit, did you?
The idea...
I'm surprised you had a nerve to turn up this week, really.
Yeah.
You knew it was going to be like this.
Yeah.
Well, I did, yes, because of you two.
Yes, in a way, it's our fault, isn't it?
You drove him this, man. Could have someone
I
been
certainly
laughing.
felt to blame personally, didn't you?
Sorry, so...
Thank goodness I took a line of coke before I came on.
Oh.
This idea, the idea we were talking about, will mean yet more work for Transport Secretary...
You don't think any of this stuff's going to be used, do you?
Oh, no, they're using all of it.
Nobody gives a damn about Stephen
Evidently.
Byers this week, Transport Secretary, blah, blah, blah. Nobody cares.
Yes, well, I'm learning that slowly, yes.
This must have been one of those days when Stephen Byers could have leaked some more news. We'll most probably wake up next week and find he's sold something else off.
And finally in this round, Paul and Ken, your total fabrication.
This is terrible, really. These chickens that were bred without feathers, so it's like your Sunday dinner walking around. I mean...
They bred them so that in the tropics you can keep them,
Yeah,
and they don't get too hot.
really. It's horrible.
Yeah, it's totally unconvincing, isn't it?
And
They're
who's done
now
this?
teaching the chickens to eat sage and onion.
Is that right?
So what are some of the disadvantages of these birds that you saw pictures of?
They sing out of tune.
I should imagine they feel absolutely disgusting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're completely
look disgusting.
shamefaced.
Yes. They get sunburn is actually the answer I was looking for.
Yeah, they turn red, yeah.
Yeah. Not dissimilar. They're not hardy enough to survive an English winter is the other drawback.
Neither would any of us running around naked all
Well, exactly.
the
I
time.
mean, you only have to look at a freezer in the supermarket. They're dead as mutton in there. I mean, clearly the cold doesn't agree with them at all.
What were some of the other genetic...
None of this is going to be used. I don't know. What are the other things that are genetic? Just move on quickly.
genetically modified animals this week?
Skip for the
A
episode,
giraffe
Angus.
with no neck, a horse that can
Yes.
speak, a mouse that plays a mouth organ.
Yeah.
Move on. Next.
That ain't happening for the
Chickens
show,
with no
man.
nose. Move on. Nuclear war's threatened this week.
Yes,
We
you
got a
read
little bit
about
to
that
go.
then?
I couldn't find it in the papers.
Why does that not surprise me? This is the development of the world's first featherless chicken.
Yeah, we just said all that.
According to the Daily Mail on Tuesday, scientists have also developed a piglet with a fluorescent snout and organs suitable for human use. Apparently it's working behind the bar at the Queen Vic. So, at the end of that round...
We should be safe from you?
I believe so.
Do you watch EastEnders?
Oh, yes, almost.
Terrible at the moment, isn't it?
Oh,
Ian Beale slept with a prostitute. She's threatening to blackmail him for money.
Doesn't sound very realistic to me.
They're just not as lifelike as they used to be.
never
are they?
happen.
They happen in real life.
No,
Damn soap operas.
So at the end of that round, the scores, you'll be delighted to know, are like the number of players in a full England squad practice match these days, 4-a-side. In round two, an array of witty and amusing headlines would have been nice, but instead we have to make do with ones like Pooty Poot Putin. Ian and Dave, what's that all about?
Well, this is the pet name of Bush for Putin.
Yes.
And how long has Putin been in control of Russia?
Putin.
How fucking long has that guy controlled Russia?
He's got them for all of them. Blairy, Blair.
Yeah, Blair has got a
been
nickname
since
as well.
the Soviet Union fell?
Here, boy.
No.
What is it?
Lionel.
Yes, Lionel.
Yeah.
And the mirror showed us how similar the two are. So what have Bush and Putin been up to this week?
Haven't they been negotiating a reduction in their nuclear arsenals so that they've only got enough to destroy each other 10 times over?
Well, it's a start, isn't it?
Yeah.
And who else is helping to reduce the stockpile of nuclear weapons?
Well, India and Pakistan, presumably. Yeah, around about now, I think.
And haven't you got a new nickname, Ken?
Me?
According to the papers.
You've got a new nickname, haven't you?
Yes.
I generally haven't seen this. What am I called now?
Canopy Ken.
Canapé Ken?
Since 99
This is
for
in the
Putin.
Independent.
Jesus Christ.
That's not a nickname, that's a question.
This is President Bush's visit to Europe and his habit of using nicknames for people. In Berlin on Wednesday, one group of protesters greeted George Bush with a banner saying, "If you can read this, you're not the president." Paul and Ken.
The current
Your
president
tricky
uses
spinner?
nicknames too. They're not
The
as nice. though.
shaving grace of Mr. Average.
This is one of those stories about how much the average man shaves in the course of a lifetime, and they've come up with some figure. If he didn't shave, his beard would reach from here to Manchester or London or whatever. So it's one of those stories, basically, about what the average man gets up to in his uneventful life.
Yes. What were the other fascinating facts?
It also said the average man has sex twice a week, which with people like you around means that a lot of people are getting nothing.
There were things like his final meal before execution. What
Yes, he
things
wants
to-
a steak.
Curiously.
The average man
Is the average man being executed?
Maybe?
Gosh, I knew Blunkett was cracking down.
And 97% know who
Maybe in the
Mr.
40s.
Blair is. 77% know who you are, apparently. Which is not bad.
That might
Recognition
go
factor.
up when they start paying the congestion charge, I think.
But you came second in a popularity poll, didn't you?
Yes, to the Pope, but it was a long time ago.
Did you feel, you know,
Well, it was
slightly
quite
aggrieved?
interesting. It was that Today Man of the Year thing. And it was 1982, and I was being pilloried in the press, hate mail coming in. I turned on the radio, I'm second to the Pope.
What
I
did
thought-
that tell you?
Not to believe what crap I read in the papers.
Didn't you think...
In
well,
all cases, or...?
Pretty much, I think, yeah.
Yeah.
So it's not true, any of it.
The basic traits.
Is that what you're saying? It's not true. Is that what you're saying?
Sorry.
It's not true. That's what you're saying.
Elements are true, elements are untrue.
There was an elephant in there. Where'd you get the stamina from? So which bits aren't true then?
The elephants, actually, I was making it up. What were we talking about? Oh, yes. Survey.
I was very popular,
of
was where
Mr.
you
Average.
stopped.
Oh, that's thank you, yes.
I wanted the question about the Roman transvestite this week.
Oh yes.
Did anyone read that?
Yeah.
It was just under all the stories about Angus, but it's rather good.
Remind me.
It was this. They found the remains of a Roman transvestite who lived happily in England. He belonged to the cult of this woman called Cybele, and all her followers used to go out into the streets, and if they'd been unfaithful, they would cut off their own testicles as a symbol of repentance.
Yes, man.
Really?
Well, thank God we live in enlightened times.
Yeah. Good thing you're not in a cult.
Has anyone got a pair of nail scissors?
This is the profile of the average British man
My
based
God,
on
we're
figures.
still on that.
I can't believe it.
Sort of wrapping it up.
Bro, we still got like
Based
10
on figures from
minutes.
the Office of National Statistics, apparently the average man uses the toilet 6 times a day and the lino round the base another 10. When it comes to sex, the average man lasts 3 minutes and 1 second, the 1 second presumably being the foreplay. And the average man is
Or the
most
gangster
likely...
rap.
And the average man is most likely to have a heart attack on a Monday, especially if he's
I've
just
actually
in the
heard that.
tabloids. Which mean observations signal the end of that sample, with both teams having difficulty
Shit,
coming to
today's
terms with
Monday.
the idea of
That's when I'm
leading,
recording
level as
this.
they are on 6.
Fuck. See you on the other side, boys.
And so to the almost over-familiarity of our Odd One Out round, Paul and Ken, your international superheroes, Mike Tyson, Walt Disney, Suleiman the Magnificent, and Ken Livingstone.
Mike Tyson, what's he famous for? He bit somebody's ear.
Easy.
Walt Disney woke up one morning feeling a little hoarse.
Anti-Semite,
Suleiman the
rapist.
Magnificent has been
cool
turned into
hat.
some kind of blender. So I'd say that Ken's the odd one out.
Yeah.
Is it invading Jerusalem?
What do you mean? Mike Tyson has never invaded Jerusalem? I
Walt
think
Disney
I may
probably
have to
tried.
give you this. The answer is that they're all pigeon fanciers.
Is that right?
With the exception of Ken here, of course.
It's a newt fancy.
No, we picked you because you tried to reduce the number of pigeons in Trafalgar Square, didn't you?
Oh yes, you're a pigeon murderer.
And then I have to say I had a letter saying that I was the most evil human being since Adolf Hitler, which I thought was slightly over the top myself.
Yeah, particularly when it was signed Tony Blair.
Do you deny that you're a pigeon hater, then?
There are worse things.
The answer is that they're all pigeon fanciers, with the exception of Ken Livingstone. Many pigeon fanciers point to the heroic deeds which the birds performed in wartime. According to one expert, in order to bring crucial messages back from the trenches, pigeons were parachuted behind enemy lines.
They were parachuted.
Obviously in the days before they could fly. Ian and Dave, Clint Eastwood, Jerry Springer, Sonny Bono, and Ken Livingstone.
3 of them are appearing on Jerry Springer's show in a My Lover Isn't Human.
Is it a mayor question?
It might have to do with mayors, certainly, yes.
I think they're all mayors, because Clint Eastwood was the mayor of Carmel. Jerry Springer was a mayor of somewhere or other.
Was he?
Sonny Bono was a mayor.
Yeah.
And Ken was sort of a mayor, really. One of them was thrown out. Was Jerry Springer thrown out of being a mayor?
Jerry Springer slept with a prostitute, but he did pay her. But he
did.
paid by cheque, and so he was found out.
If Sonny Bono wasn't a mayor, he was elected to Congress.
No, I'm going to have to tell you this. The answer is that they're all mayors who've sung on record, except Ken Livingstone, who does appear on Blur's Ernal Same, but as narrator.
Which I'm sure we're about to hear, aren't we?
I'm afraid we are. But,
Clint Eastwood.
Oh, how embarrassing to drag something like that up.
we can hear it now.
And same awoke from the same dream, in the same bed at the same time. I'm very pleased the way my backing group have done so well.
So Jerry Springer, I'm afraid, yes, he was mayor of Cincinnati and did actually record an
Really?
album called Dr. Talk. Jerry Springer's show thrives on sordid
didn't know
revelations and confessions about personal misdemeanours. OK, that's enough of that one. Sonny Bono died in a skiing accident when he crashed into a tree. Clint Eastwood appeared in the musical Paint Your Wagon and sang the song I Talk to the Trees, which apparently included the line, Look out, Sonny Bono's coming. All of which... which CD Entertainment means at the end of this song and dance, they're still neck and neck, all having 6.
Sorry, should I clap?
And so to the round we deem our last. Missing words is what it features, thereby giving rise to the expression final missing words round. A stack of headlines wrenched from the dailies, including many less or more from this week's guest publication, the frankly enthralling Newt's Week. An American publication featuring all the news from across the pond.
Louisiana publication.
So get down and get with. Young, free, single and what?
Ready lies host of topical news quiz.
Young, free, single and Newt.
A newt. No.
Personal ads column in
Young, free, single, and mute.
It's not from
Good
Newsweek.
sense of humour.
Yes.
His own pond.
Depressed.
Depressed is nearer. Totally fed up. Yes.
Like gangster
according
rap.
to a new study, 2/3 of young people between the ages of 15 and 35 are depressed and unhappy.
Oh, what a shame.
Yes.
Yeah,
maybe
that's
upset.
all right.
Next, what has a dame caught?
Tim Henman.
Newts.
Tim Allen?
Newts.
It's not actually from Newt's Week.
Okay.
No.
It's a foreign story from Germany.
Hair newt.
Hitler.
Wolfgang Newt.
Well, I have to give you one because you said
Helmut
hair.
Newton.
Schroeder's hair is the answer. Next, remote chance of what for women? Help yourself.
Happiness.
Is that what you said?
You've
when
said
you
that
lay down?
before, haven't you?
I think it's very bad, really, to have bought the newspapers on. Imagine going to that kind of effort to, you know, I mean, I was as guilty of Ian, really, of sort of bringing on the front cover of the News of the World. I mean, it's really, to go to all that kind of effort is just unbelievable.
Oh my god! He's waiting 25 minutes to pull that shirt out.
Is the wrong answer.
They're available in cream as well.
Are they? Excellent. Controlling TV viewing is the answer.
Oh, is it really?
Yes. It's men who hold on to the remote control in households, according to scientists.
Oh, really?
Yes, that was the answer to the question.
Was it?
Yes. According to a neuropsychologist at Maudsley Hospital...
You can't look me in the eye now, can you?
I look you in the eye, that's all right. The only answer is to hide it, apparently, according to...
Really?
Yes. Neuropsychologist said that.
Did he?
Yeah. Next, I what last week? Why did I bother?
Book a hotel room? Got me Barclay card dirty?
Hire
No.
the PR man.
Yeah, you must be paying him a fortune.
Thank goodness he's kept you out the press.
I made a speech, is the answer.
You're about
next,
to.
what? A rich source of vitamins?
Cocaine.
Too easy.
Mealworms.
Mealworms,
Cricket.
Newt.
It's not from Newt's Week.
Vitamin pills.
No, even more extraordinary. Your tights. This is a new range of health clothes, including tights that feed vitamins into your legs.
Okay. What?
This is all raw material for you, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's true, you add tablets to them.
Do you?
Yes.
How?
And finally, Greek frogs get what?
Newt sent them
Horny.
specially to Athens so they don't have to bother coming over here for them.
Dual nationality passports.
This is, in fact, Italian leader's goat. This is actually a Greek play entitled The Frogs, and not an unpleasant
Oh,
racist
Aristophanes, The
reference.
Frogs.
Exactly.
Oh.
That one that you know oh so well.
It's very good, the frogs.
Is it? Tell us about it. No, haven't got time, sorry.
All right, I'll tell you another story I know quite well.
Okay.
I've got a copy of my T-shirt over there.
All of which natural rambling brings an end to tonight's field trip, and the scores
Thank God
are
for
quite
you.
simply 7-all. On which conclusive note, we say thank you to our panellists, Ian Hislop and Dave Gorman, Paul Merton and Ken Livingston. And I leave you with news that there's relief all round as EasyJet's new super economy flight touches down in Calcutta. Filming is cancelled on the title sequence of Hawaii Five-0 the movie after someone steals the canoe. And there are suspicions in Gaza that Yasser Arafat may have gone into hiding. Good night.
Oh my god, you see his face at the end? Wait. Can we see this face one more time when he says good
Yasser
night?
Arafat may have gone into hiding. Good night.
That is the look of a man thankful to God that this episode ended. Fuck me, that was brutal. That was just a goddamn mauling. That was an almost 30-minute mauling. They didn't get for a normal episode of the show. He just absolutely killed him. Credit to him for taking it like a champ. I mean, you could tell it probably annoyed him a bit, but I mean, he knew what was coming, obviously, when he showed up to work, and he took it like a champ. So, credit to him. Because, man, that was... They did not pull punches on him at all. So, if you're interested in that Boris Johnson episode, let me know. Again, if I do that, though, stay away from the comment section. If I do another episode of this, and it's the Boris Johnson episode, stay away from the comment section. I'm gonna leave it on, but stay away. Because holy shit, like, I haven't done many political videos. The one I remember doing was... I did a somewhat political show, actually. I did The Last Leg, which I guess is seen as a left-wing show or whatever, but that wasn't really the goal of the episode. The reason I saw that episode is because it was done in January of this year, and it perfectly encapsulated like how truly clueless we were to what was coming with COVID. Like, we knew about it, but then it happened. It's like, holy shit. It was a calm before the storm type deal. And the only other political thing I've done was Prime Minister questions, when Theresa May was still Prime Minister. And oof, if you wanna field day, go read the comment section on that video, because holy shit, that comment section's, yeah. So, but, and I don't know if there may be some on this as well. I don't know. I think this will more be about Angus and all that. I don't think there'll be much political on this, but who knows? People on the internet find a way to bring politics into everything. So I wouldn't hold my breath. I shouldn't hold my breath. But that, ladies and gentlemen, is going to do it for this reaction to Have I Got News For You. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Thank you guys for watching. If you liked it, be sure to like it. If you didn't like it, don't. If you want to follow any of my social media links, my Twitch, where I stream every single day, my second channel for 16 views, my Twitter. If you want to follow me on my Patreon, if you want to support me on my daily emotion, all those things are down in the description down below. Thank you to all 52 currently of my Patrons who can't support me and my channel. You're all named in the description. If you don't know, the Patrons get to see these reaction videos as well as to read your comments one day early, so I hope you guys enjoyed this video a day early. Also, inscriptions, link community Reddit, as well as the daily schedule. For all that being said, though, my name is Tafford Steen. It's been my reaction to Have I Got News For You, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.